You know why we're here? We are gathered here to just raise our frequency, get happier. In a nutshell, because that's really what it's about. There's a lot of things we do in our life, and we do it because we want to do this or want to do this. But at the end of the day, everything we do it because we feel it's going to make us feel better. So the question is, why, in a sense, put our feeling on the other side of a particular things? Why not just feel good right now? So something that's really, really important. I'm gonna go over 5 core values for a more loving life. More loving life is Valentine's season, so I kind of added that in there. And these are 5 core values that I live by, in a sense, that I found to effectively live with a more increased frequency. Whenever I say frequency, I mean pretty much your mood is better. You feel better. When you feel better, better things happen. And better is relative on what you want to happen, in a sense, because it's a subjective thing. So the first core value is the value of joy. Joy. When we're living our lives, when we're going out there navigating our day, how many times do we ask ourselves, is this the most joyful thing for me to do? Is this the next joyful thing to do? The thing about our state of being is that it's actually an organizing principle. That feeling inside that we feel, it actually has an intelligence to it. So a lot of us believe that, the bulk of our intelligence is in our mind. Our mind deciphers or translates the intelligence that comes through our spirit. So one way to access that spirit, infinite intelligence is by just trusting the intuitive feeling and going with that. Because how many times we get a little nudge, a little feeling to like, maybe I should, no, I'm not going to do it. And you're like, I probably should have did that. Whenever we don't listen to it, it always backfires on us. So by listening to the feeling, you're actually, in a sense, tapping into the perspective of all that is and choosing a route. It's almost like all that is it's like your higher mind's on a mountaintop, right? And it's telling you, go this way, go this way. And the way it tells you to go, it translates through your feeling about things. And that's your map. Always follow the feeling of joy. If you can't access joy, stretch for relief or release. Sometimes if you're angry, sometimes you're pissed off, it's hard to just get happy from there, right? What's the thing that's a relief from that? That's a great step. So joy. Second core value is truth. I've done a lot of coaching, speaking. One of the fundamental things that is out of alignment with our planet is people aren't living their truth. They're living a truth that was taught to them by others. And by living that, it's almost as if you go to your eye doctor, right? And your eye doctor's like, hey, okay, I'm going to take off my glasses because I can see through them, so I'm going to put them on you. You should be able to see through them too. And there's a lot of us that's living with other people's glasses on, wondering why our life is not as focused, why it's not as clear, because we have on someone else's glasses. The first step is to take off the glasses. How do you take off the glasses? Meditation. Quiet your mind. Let your heart rise. Let the intuitive guide you. And then once you take off someone else's glasses, here's the key. Keep other people's glasses off. Because someone's always going to be there trying to say, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. Now, sometimes people may recommend something that actually resonates. Okay, cool, I'm going to do that. But if you find yourself doing something just for the sake of they want me to, so I'm going to do it, but I actually don't want to, you're wearing somebody else's glasses. And what happens if you drive with someone else's glasses on? Probably going to crash. You can never, ever help anyone if there's any aspect of your helping that's detrimental to yourself. Life is a transfer of energy. If you're doing things for others and your energy is being conflicted and detrimented in the process, what energy are you transmitting to them? The energy of insufficiency, the energy of, not enough, the energy of going out of the way. So always prioritize your joy and translate that energy. Live your truth, okay? Joy, truth. Third one, love. Love can be in the same correlation with oneness. To love someone is to acknowledge that they are one with you. It's in a space of unity. Actually, love is, from the grandest scheme of things, it's all that is. All that is love, is oneness. And we get to experience love in this reality. But the only way to experience love is to have the possibility of the opposite to experience. And that's fear on the opposite end of the scale. So there's a whole range of things between fear and love. But just understand that people say, oh my goodness, like this fearful thing, this anger, this pain, which one's real? Lead with the love is real. When we're first born, you meet a kid, cry a little bit, and then that baby, that toddler is very loving, very adventurous, things of that nature. We're actually born to love. We figure out how to fear. We learn that. A lot of those are learned behaviors. There's a lot of beliefs that says, oh, it's the nature of man for survival. It's in our nature. Our nature is to love and be loved. That is our nature. Anything else is how should I put it? Someone else's glasses that you can try on to see if they fit for you. Joy, truth, love. Next one's integrity. Live your truth, even when no one else is watching. When you say you're going to do something, honor your word. However, if you cannot fulfill that, if you cannot do what you say you're going to do, communicate that as well. Hey, I'm going to come over tomorrow night and hang out. If you can't make it, communicate ahead of time. As betrayal of yourself, in order to not betray another, is still betrayal. So always do your best that when you speak something, trust that it's going to happen. Okay, you can speak it to an existence. And I really want to emphasize that. A lot of times we say things. You ever come across someone, how's your day? And you're just like, it's all right, it's just the day. Well, you're speaking that and creating that even more. Every single word you say is a creative power of the universe. How are you using it? Even when you're just hanging out with friends. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to be authentic. If you're genuinely feeling down, express it. You're feeling down, but don't dwell in it. I hit you back up 2 weeks later. You still, oh man, it's been a minute now. You get to choose your reality. Okay? Joy, truth, love, integrity. This is the last one, growth. Life is a process of a series of events that's going to invite you into the growth of who you create yourself to be. If something triggers you, that actually was called by you to reveal to you that you have a trigger living inside of you about something. Don't get mad at someone for cussing you out in traffic or something like that. Don't get mad about that, because they're just playing their role to help you see within yourself that there's anger still there. That's all they're doing. Relationships, friendships. There's some people's role, and you believe me on this, there's some people's role in life to just trigger you. That's all they're here to do, just trigger you. Just to help you see all of the things that irks you so you can cleanse those out, release those out, so you don't have to live with that. Without these people, you'll just live with this baggage. You don't even know it's there because nobody's going to trigger it. So thank the person that triggers you. Hug them. Thank you. Because of you, I can now see that I have crap inside of me that I need to purge out. Nobody makes you angry. You're angry, and they help you see it. Joy, truth, love, integrity, growth. With these 5 core values, from what I've found, it is a lot more accessible to live a peaceful life. Now, for this next segment, I'm going to sit down and I'm going to channel our friend from a different planet named Anto. Any question you have regarding life purpose, regarding anything, is perfectly welcome. Feel free to ask anything. I have to say that the only thing I would say make an emphasis on is listen to your heart. Because there may be things that will come up to say or come up to ask, and all of it is welcome. Hold nothing back. Really want to emphasize that. Hold nothing back. Okay? Before I go into a channeling state, is there any immediate questions at all?
Do you want to describe Anto?
I can, yeah. So, in a sense, Anto is a being that lives on a different planet. Some of you may know this, some of you may not know this, but we're actually being assisted by, let's just call them star family. The same way how there's people in America that fly out to Africa or help people in Africa, there's beings of different planets that's helping us out. Okay, I call him my little short blue friend. He's about 4 feet tall. He's blue. He has 3 fingers. He almost looks like a a Yoda body with like a squarish head. He sent me an image of him before. It's kind of cool. But his planet, their way of life is very different than ours, primarily because they prioritize state of being in love and bliss over everything. That's actually the same way how our whole body is organized, our cells are organized, the heart kind of has everything going in a harmony. Their planet operates as one ecosystem working together. On our planet, some people thinking for themselves, it's a little bit of division there. Inside of a human body, there's cells like that, we call it cancerous cells. So what Anto's doing is helping us to embrace a more loving, accepting nature of mankind. And however we choose. We don't have to do the things that he does up there. He'll inform you of all of that. But in our own way, it's mostly about the state of being, what makes us happy. Good? All right, cool beans. So feel free to join me in this. I'm going to, any questions, feel free to use the mic right there.
I'll pass it around. Is it on?
Yeah, it's on. Okay. You're more than welcome to sit down too, Sky. You don't have to sit there. Cool beans. All right, so I'm going to focus on raising the frequency. Let's allow your mind to focus, envision a donkey doing cartwheels. And it's very happily doing them. We are grateful to be here with you, earthlings of a different realm. We would like to share with you the principle of following your joy a little more precisely. Following your joy can be something that you be in every moment of time. Joy has little to do with any action and mostly to do with a decision. You can decide your state of being before any action, before anything. We invite you to actively practice creating your mood before you embark on your day. By creating your mood ahead of time, you will create a momentum that will change your day. Circumstances do not, in a sense, matter. Your state of being is what creates matter. A bad day doesn't make you feel bad. Feeling bad creates the bad day. So create your feeling ahead of time. We are grateful for this interaction. We are grateful to be bonded with you now through spirit, through the channel's body. And we find this land a very beautiful piece of land to experience. And yes, there has been ships that have visited this beautiful land. We will say that it has not been ours. We prefer to greet you, Earthlings, with the channeling method that you're experiencing before us. However, there have been other beings that visited here. Pleiades, or more, the Pleiadians are one of them that have visited. The Yael. The positive light of the reptilians, and many other beings. This is indeed a blessed land here on earth. So might we ask, how can we serve you with any questions for Anto?
Do you want to start since you have to go? Everybody's too shy. How about you? Nobody can think of it. Go around and then go around again. Maybe.
It's okay. Feel free. Whatever comes up. A question may have just popped up for someone at this moment. You know who you are.
Anto,
Yes.
what is your belief in us loving Earth or loving a move to Mars or the moon? Should we,
It is. Was that your complete question? Do you have more?
should we love Earth a little better or look for interstellar?
Here's the premise of the question, the foundational root. Should you love more in general, not just Earth? You guys are dumping trash in the stars. So the question is, should you love Earth more? Should you love this? From our perspective, there are no shoulds or shouldn'ts. There are only what do you choose and what fundamentally works for what you're trying to accomplish. If you're trying to accomplish destroying Earth, then you probably shouldn't love it. If you're trying to accomplish healing Earth, enveloping Earth into a beautiful rock, per se, then loving it could be advantageous. So it's all relative to what are you trying to do? What are you up to? And even when you have that idea, there's still no shoulds. There is no obligation here. There's only opportunity. Anything you should do, you're going to feel like it's a job soon. So do what makes your heart sing. Do what fills up your cup in whatever way you prefer. Because it's not about the action. It's not about the circumstance. It's about your state of being. It's about what fills you up with light. And so we will say that if there's anything that you have opportunity to do, is to fill yourself up with light and love and joy and do whatever you feel called to do from that energy. And by doing this, you will be loving the earth. Because by loving yourself, you're transmitting love to earth and earthlings and every entity that you encounter.
A follow-up to the second part of Hammer's question is about if we possibly would move on to another, like colonize Mars or something. Is there timelines where that happens?
How should we put this? There is a timeline that everything that you can imagine is happening. It's all happening at once in the grand moment of the now. The question is, Do you want to experience the timeline that you're going to different planets and colonizing? Because you can experience that. You get to decide what movie you want to play in. If you want to play in a movie where the citizens of Earth leave to a different planet, you can live that movie. If you want to play in a movie where that doesn't happen, you can also live that movie. You're deciding on where do you want to go. So what excites you more, staying here on Earth and exploring, or exploring other planets on the stars? This is a question.
Staying here. I don't know what other people think.
I think that's our job.
Hammer? Yeah.
Is that what excites you, staying here? Did someone say it is your job?
To make the earth better, to bring the love and create positive.
We love you. However, it is not your job to make the earth better. You don't have a job, because a job you can clock out from every once in a while. It is your opportunity to do what excites you the most. If that making the earth what you call better excites you, then go right ahead and do it. But think of Earth as a playground, and however you find the most pleasurable way to play, you can play with this playground. And you may find that you'll attract others that want to play on this playground in the same way that you like to play on this playground. There's a quote that says, "Birds of a feather flock together." Whatever game you choose to play, whatever way you want to heal or destroy the earth, you will always attract beings that's on the same resonating frequency as you. Because here's the secret. You can't really actually destroy anything. Nothing can be destroyed. Energy only transfers. So if you want to experience that, you can. If you want to experience healing it, you can. But what's most important is not what you do to the earth, but who you are being and what you are doing with the earth. That's what's most important, because that's why you're here, to experience yourself as the grand, awesome creator of who you are. That's the process. Who are you? Who are you? Who are you? What do you want? What do you choose? What do you create? You do this, and you have the opportunity to, in a sense, leave your body, whether it's occasionally do dreams, meditations, or the physical definition of death. And you get to see that this is all just a blink anyway. This is all just a quick visit anyway. So what do you want to do with this quick visit? You get to play in the playground. The kids, they play any game they want. There's no, you should play hide and seek. You should play tag. There's in play what you decide to play. Just have fun. Just have fun. And it'll help to not hurt anybody, because by hurting others, you're hurting yourself. And we sense that there's a lot of beings on this planet that do not enjoy pain. If you do not enjoy pain, we assure you, you're not going to stay away from pain if you're inflicting it on others. Whatever you enjoy, give it to another. If you enjoy it enough, give it to another. Because you will find that you will experience what you're giving, and also it'll, in a sense, reciprocate back to you. But we use that lightly because in the grand moment of now, it's all happening at once. So you get to experience the aspect of now of it reciprocating back to you. But because of the time lapse you guys experience, it's happening now. You help someone now, you're helping yourself now. You love someone now, you're loving yourself now. There is only you.
speaking of pain, I don't know if this one applies though. I mean, if you develop a physical pain in your body, is there a way to release it without having to go to some medical doctor, some earthly doctor?
The quick answer is yes. A question that could be advantageous is how to heal it. Think as your emotional body, your ethereal body, as a cake pan. Think of your physical body as the cake. If there's a dent in your emotional body, when you bake the cake daily, there may be a dent in the cake. If one wishes to heal the physical body, we're not giving you medical advice. This is something to see how it resonates with you. We would strongly urge you to evaluate the location of the pain and how does that coordinate with any emotional pain or suppressed emotional pain that could be there. Because physical reality always follows spiritual reality, always follows that emotional reality. So you can embrace medical professions, and yes, there can be some healing and remedies, they're true. However, if there's no acknowledgement of the emotional side of things, spiritual side of things, then you may find that it'll always come back. Incurable means curable from within. And your body has an intelligence. If you sit down with it and communicate with it, why are you hurting? What are you trying to tell me? What are you trying to teach me? And you quiet your mind, you will receive your answer. Sometimes your body can be used to get your attention. If you hurt your back doing something, one thing could be is the thing you're doing is what's really supporting you. The back is oftentimes affiliated with support. If someone wants to hurt their back, well, are they truly supporting themselves in a way that is prioritizing their state of being? There's many questions, many conversations that could be had with your body. When's the last time you talked to your body? When's the last time you loved your body? When's the last time you hugged your body? It is a being. You try getting in a marriage with a woman and never talking to her, never hugging her, never giving her attention. How long is that marriage going to last? Treat your body as a marriage that you love and cherish. And it will communicate. It will instruct you. It will bring you guidance. And as far as your medical profession goes, do what you feel that resonates with you the most. Be your own counsel in that sense. You have options and opportunities. You are the decider of what works for you. Does that help?
Yes.
Just to follow up on that, do we ever get pains in our body? Not necessarily our body talking to us, but like our spirit saying you need to change direction. So, and you're not freaking listening. So I'm going to break your leg or something. So you have to do this or do that. Does it ever come from the outside?
There was two different questions there. You said one from your spirit and then
Yeah.
you said one from the outside.
Oh, okay. Your spirit is right. The spirit is inside. Okay.
and outside. It's within, it is all that is. Your spirit, think of it as a cloud that radiates within you and radiates out surrounding you. An auric field, per se. And the answer to that question is you will receive the communication of the intention or the purpose of the pain you're experiencing. There are as many varied reasons for having pain as there are souls. Some people can just experience pain because they just enjoy the pain. Some people can experience pain because they may need to take a cool out. Some people can experience the pain just to get them out of bed and go outside to realize that there's an appointment they had. There's so many reasons that are there. It's more on an individual basis. When you're feeling pain, communicate. Why am I experiencing this? What is this trying to teach me? What can I gain from this? Have the conversation. When your spouse is trying to get your attention, pain, just talk to your spouse.
So pain has its own consciousness.
Yes, in a sense, everything has its own consciousness. Think of pain as a partner with your physical body or emotional body. It's more like we're going to hire pain to do this particular job. Thank you, pain, for showing up. Okay, all right, pain, have a great day. Also, pain can be from resistance of a flow. If there's a natural flow that is happening, and if there's an insistence on resisting that flow or going in opposite or a different direction, pain can be just that disturbance saying, hey, you're cutting off the traffic. Please release this belief system so that traffic can flow more appropriately. And even labeling it as pain could add a little bit of story to it. Try addressing it as a sensation. I'm having a sensation right there. Because pain hurts. So you can have just a sensation and get communication from that sensation. See how that feels.
What's funny is because I've done almost everything you've been talking about. So it's I've had a lot of practice throughout the years with pain. So, but now it's like I was looking at it one way, and now I'm looking at it about 3 different ways. You know, it could have been I don't know. It could have been telling me that it's time for a change. I don't know. So it's just.
If you were to make a change, how would you feel?
I don't know. I mean, I'm good at what I do, and I like what I do. So I don't know.
Do you enjoy what you do?
It has its days. For the most part, I enjoy what I do, but yeah.
Do you enjoy a life where it has its days? It's almost like, how's your marriage? It has its days. Or would you enjoy a life that is a consistent joy? It's a consistent flow. It's a consistent bliss. You get to choose. You can choose, most of the time it's good, or you can choose, it's good.
Well, I'm just kind of feeling a little trapped there because it's like what I do now is what pays my rent. If I go to do what really makes me happy, that's
there we
not
go.
going to pay my rent.
There we go.
There's where we're at. Huh?
Paying rent make you joyful?
It is a joy that I'm able to pay rent. Yes. I've never been able to do that my whole life. I've struggled with money, and this is the first time in my life I'm actually balancing money. I'm able to pay bills. I got money in my freaking bank account.
What's the
You know?
pain you're experiencing?
You mean my physical pain?
Yes.
My shoulder. That's just from doing all the repetitious work for this company that I work for.
Do you have a definition that says making money is a struggle?
Yeah, it's a struggle.
And you're experiencing a struggle in your shoulder now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Your money engine is based and there's a detriment for you to acquire it. And you will experience that detriment wherever is probably most inconvenient, hence your shoulder. You can totally do what you do and love to do it. However, we're sensing a little bit of a money belief that says to go out there and make money, we have to work against the grain of our joy. Because what we really want to do doesn't pay the bills, which is what creates that reality. You get to decide, what do you want to experience? Make a lot of money with pain? Or do what you love to do with no money? Or you do whatever you want to do, as much as you want to do it, and it makes you fabulously rich.
Don't really want to be just fabulous rich. I just want to be. I don't know.
Is you just being, is that not fabulously rich?
Just being without the I guess the feeling of stresses of having to pay taxes, live, you know what I mean? I don't know. It's just I guess that's I guess that's my
So you're
biggest
afraid
struggle.
to be rich because you have to pay a lot of taxes?
No.
Hold
That's
up.
not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying at all.
What did you have to do to be loved in your household growing up?
Oh, that's a whole can of worms. That's a whole new can of worms there, dude. I just like, I did not. I was emotionally abused as a child, so there's a lot of my childhood I don't remember. So yeah, it's that's like a 4-hour session.
It doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You don't have to make it such an inconvenience for you to be vulnerable, for you to be authentic.
Yeah.
Your definitions are making it to where when you go to the things that could heal your situation, it'll be a great inconvenience. But these are just definitions. These are not empirically true. There's a quote that says, from a good friend of the channels, the treasures you seek, they lives in the caves you fear. And if you have a definition that this cave is going to take 4 hours, then you're the one that's creating that reality.
There's a lot there, so I don't know.
You know what that means? There is a well that if we addressed, we'll be able to uncork lots of love, lots of be. It's time.
I think he's still a little afraid of the cave.
There is nothing but love available for you. We see a little boy with a red shirt wondering why. not receiving answers, receiving punishments and strikes and pain and anger. We're sensing a lot of anger this little boy has experienced. A little boy whose cries are greeted with correction and discipline is coming up. It is time for this little boy to be heard and seen and held. This little boy hasn't been held much. This is beautiful work you're doing. This is beautiful work you get to experience. And we're sensing a very, very loving partner that you have access to go through this process with. Now's the time for the little boy to be seen. But only if you give him a voice. He cannot be seen if you don't let him out. Our unconditional love is with you.
I have some big visions for a future that I'd like to create, and never sure how it's going to happen or how to move towards it becoming a reality.
Please share.
It's a long share. I just always wonder how to get the clarity on which direction to go and how to go about it. And I know the answers are usually the same, but I guess my question is, where to begin to make a vision become material.
You would like a direction to go? Mm-hmm. Go left.
I don't know what that means.
It's a direction. Only being lighthearted here. Are there things you would like to materialize in your physical reality?
Well, there's goals I'd like to accomplish, if that's what you mean.
Give us one of them.
A campground.
Why?
Campground that has live music, because music and dance raises the vibration of people, and I feel like it would be a great contribution to humanity.
A campground that souls can dance, connect, communion, and this will operate as a gift to humanity. Do you want the quickest way to experience this?
Sure.
Experience it now.
I have experienced it in other places, and I just want to create it for myself.
We're not finished.
Okay, sorry.
Experience it now. be in the energetic signature of that reality. You'll feel the energy. When you're in that energetic signature of the reality, in divine timing, you will be inspired to do something. Immediately do what you're inspired to do, no matter what it is. And trust that every action that you do while in that energetic signature is an action that's leading you there, the quickest way, and also the most joyful way, I might add. A lot of your goal setting or your planning is very linear. Here's a goal. I have to do these actions to get there. In the illustration, you're setting a goal to go to Mexico, and you're saying, okay, to go to Mexico, I have to take every step towards Mexico. Versus, I feel excited to go to my aunt's house. You go to your aunt's house. Wow, my aunt happened to be a party. Guess who's there? A man named Pablo, and guess what he does? He's a pilot, and he's headed to Mexico that night. Enjoy the campground. Enjoy the energetic signature of it. You will be called to action. No matter what it is, just follow it, act on it, and enjoy it. If you truly feel that this is a gift for humanity, then understand that this gift you're wanting to give, humanity is asking you to give it. So you have help in this creation. Don't hold yourself back.
Thank you.
Very welcome.
Are soulmates a thing?
What's his name?
I don't have one. I'm wondering if I do.
What comes up for you when you ponder an idea of a soulmate?
A loving, committed relationship that is cherished, that gives you an opportunity to give and receive love for the duration of your life. A person that's meant to be with you, that energetically you know is supposed to be there.
What we're hearing is a question that's based on the idea of, does your perfect love exist?
Right.
Our answer is, that is up to you to decide.
Could you elaborate? Because I done tried to decide a few times now, and it didn't work out so well. I got like 5 soulmates that haven't worked.
Define work or worked.
I brought people into my life that should not have had space in my life. I functioned from a place of self-love deficit, of giving to the point of having an empty cup and persistently finding people that present as someone who can match your vibration and your energy on the front end, and then they don't. And it seems like the people that are like that have almost like a sixth sense for the people that have an abundance of love to give. And I'm just kind of wondering if there are people out there that are meant for someone. At this point in my life, I'm just moving forward with my life and my plans and my goals and reshaping it and reframing it. But I have a deep desire to have that connected person to do life with. And I just haven't found it.
There is something that's important that we would like to acknowledge. We would like to acknowledge your vulnerability. We would like to acknowledge your willingness to share this publicly. This is the way. The soulmate that you're seeking to experience we feel it. It is real. However, what could be holding you back is defining every being along your path as not a soulmate, because they bring up possibly pain. It is as the channel said earlier, if pain arises, that's an opportunity to release it so your heart is clear for when your soulmate arrives. Anything that you desire in your life, all of life is conspiring to bring that to you. However, you can only attract what you are. So if it's this perfect love you're longing for, please be this perfect love for all others, including the ones that trespass upon you. For a trespasser cannot trespass without your permission. You attract into your life the needed beings to help you experience who you truly are, what you truly desire, and the gift of perfect love that you have for our planet. They're ready for you now. We're asking you to not give up hope. There may come a day where you would experience actions, wrong, quote unquote, wrongdoings unto you, and they don't hurt you anymore. The process of healing is facing prior pains and not being affected. Every partner you've had in your life has been a soulmate for where you were. And you've evolved from each and every one of them. And thus, these soulmates helped you grow as a person. Now you just expanded your idea of what a soulmate is. Life is always bringing you that. If things get messy, it's happening to cleanse the mess out of you. And we say that this is a loving mess because from the cleansing of this mess, you can use the same mop to clean others and help others clean. Your healing process can be your gift to humanity. And therefore, you can experience your perfect love and have the tools to help others experience and create theirs too. You are a healer. You get to choose this expression if you like. But we're feeling instructed to inform you that you are a healer. Do you have anything else you would like to share with us?
Not just yet. Maybe something else that comes up.
It's okay. Does this help?
I think that it confirms a lot of the journey that I've been on. I've very much recognized that my trauma has become my triumphs, and my grief has become my gifts. And I have stepped into the healer space in many ways. There's more work there that's in my future, and I know it, and I sense it, and I feel it. I think where I struggle is that I have an abundance of love to give, and I spend too much time giving it to those that don't really want it. And I think that there's a strong probability that I am denying myself what I seek because I am putting so much effort and energy into those that aren't ready for it. And there, I've reached a point where a lot of the hurt that's happened to me, a lot of the old wounds, they don't have power over me anymore. And I'm really grateful for that. I think that has helped a tremendous amount because I can at least advocate for myself now, and I haven't always been able to do that. But it just feels like after so many years of my life of lifting others that it would be nice to have someone that could lift me back. And I just haven't had that or found that yet. And so I hope to. And so I'll just continue on my journey, and it's affirmed that I'm heading on the path that I'm feeling called to. And we'll take it a day at a time and cherish each moment and hope that the person that is supposed to share it with me crosses my path and that I'm not too blind to see it.
Are you ready to step in a little bit deeper and do a little bit of work right now?
Sure.
We're sensing a lot of expectations in your expression and desire for love. Hear
Expect.
us on this. Hear us. Hear us on this.
Okay.
You give love, and we're hearing a bit of, they don't give it back, so it drains me.
They give abuse back, not just not give love.
Our heart is with you with the abuse. Our heart is there with you. There is a lot of focus on the abusers. There is an opportunity for focus on the many, many healers and lovers that are in your life at this time. You live in a contextual field. In this contextual field, you can get a little bit of everything. We assure you that for every moment that you've experienced abuse, which our heart is with you on, there have been moments that you've been adored. Now, this doesn't eliminate the fact that the abuse happened, but this can shift you to a frequency that is more in alignment of what you desire. If you don't have the soulmate now in the way you want it, well, who's someone or some people that are in your life now that you can appreciate, that loves you and adore you? You can utilize all of the love around you in this moment to accelerate your frequency and attract all that you desire. However, if there's still energy caught up in the abusers, then the process of forgiveness could help in allowing you to experience more of what you desire. We inform you that this is not any type of obligation. There are no rules or have-tos here. We are trying to help you create what you're seeking to create. There is some forgiveness that can be done. Releasing that can be done. Some people may never change in the way you prefer. The challenge could be in still in a very healthy way, loving them while simultaneously loving yourself enough to say no and allowing them to walk their path. No one has control over you. No one can dominate you. No one has power over you. You are free. there's a particular soul that we're speaking of when we say this. You are free. You are now free. Do you know who we're speaking of?
I got a pretty strong hunch.
You don't have to share any names. But you're free from that. You're free.
I have a quick question and then another deeper question. But when you speak as yourself as we, is it because you're a collective?
Let's just say you have a group that loves you. And yes, we are a collective, so are you. However, this is a family experience we're having right now, a group experience.
Can you explain who's here with us?
I myself, Anto, am a singular experiencing entity on the planet MR3 of your understanding. And let's just say that when I communicate with you, beings that are on a similar frequency can, in a sense, whisper in my ear.
Are these beings in our soul group of the people that are here, or just beings that are in your same frequency from a different dimension?
All of the above.
Thank you all for coming.
You're welcome. One of them laughs in a very humorous way. This one is saying, "Why are you saying thank you for coming? I've always been here." You're just now paying attention, but I've always been here. I come to you when you sleep.
Who is this person talking to? All of us sitting here?
Whoever knows that they're the ones being talked to, it is you.
Could you turn that lamp off? Down below. No, down. The light is hurting him. The base of it, there's a clicker. So I have a question. One of the things that brings my highest joy is hearing my spirit group. I kind of know what's part of that, but I love hearing messages from them, and I love it when they help me relay those messages to people, especially when it's things that these people need to hear. But like, I am only human, and sometimes I question myself when I hear things like, okay, is this? And sometimes I hesitate to say things because of that. So, is there anything that can help me feel more secure knowing that it's them, or how can I grow this gift? That's a two-part question, I guess.
Instead of an insistence on who it's from, just act on the information that is brought to you and see what happens every time. there's a little bit of, when I get a call, I want to know who's calling. Why not just answer the call and follow the instructions that are brought to you? Because behind the hall of mirrors, it's just you. There are a group of spiritual beings with you, which we feel you've built a relationship with. You have an opportunity to trust them more. Understand that you're not going to get hurt in the process. At least hurt in a malicious way. We circle back to what we said earlier. Verbal communication out loud and listening, feeling, acting on feedback could be beneficial in building the relationship. Because it's really just a relationship. One might even say a new relationship that's always been there, and a bit of a releasing of old relationships to be more accessible to this new relationship that's always been there. Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah.
The channel request, the sky. Do you have any questions?
I actually do.
We know.
Okay. I have two. They're not related to each other at all. Okay, so the first one is that I've been being told kind of a lot, I mean, my whole life, but a lot recently that I mean, in a particular way recently, that I overgive and that I'm too nice. And that could be like affecting some of the relationships I have in a bad way, because then it makes people feel like I'm trying too hard. But for me, for the most part, I actually don't feel like I overgive until someone else points it out. And so I guess I'm just wondering, like, what is the truth about that?
What are you giving?
A lot of energy, a lot of time, a lot of attention. And this is, like, specifically where it comes up is in the realm of, like, friendships, but even just interpersonal relationships with people who are not as close to me as a friend, but even, like, acquaintances.
How much of this attention, time, etc. do you have to give?
I don't really feel like there's a number. I just, sometimes I reflect and I'm like, oh, wow, yeah, I am actually kind of drained. Or there's a there's a certain point in time when I actually didn't have time to stay on the phone and I did, or whatever. But like, I do feel sometimes like I need to replenish myself and be alone for a little bit. But it's rare when I feel like I overgive, or like also I'm too nice. But the way it's been being said to me recently and the different random places it's been coming from has made me feel a little bit like, oh, maybe I need to be a little bit careful, or I need to like reevaluate and sort of like, I guess, make sure I'm not being taken advantage of. Because I have had difficulty standing up for myself in the past. I've gotten a lot better about it, but like, it's just weird for me when it comes up, and the fact that it's come up a lot recently is just sort of like, am I missing something about myself? And is it true that I'm like being too nice?
We want to address something. When someone says something and you feel something that causes you to doubt, they only said it to help you see that there's doubt in your giving. Now, take away the person. The doubt in your giving is not rooted in a sense, over giving. It's more of an opportunity to balance your giving. Balance the giving with yourself, balance the giving of others. You are a gift. And sometimes the best gift you can give someone is the gift of you not giving your presence, because they can discover the gift within them or another source. Sometimes you may be called to completely not give because they have another source that wants to give to them. However, if they have any attachment with you, they cannot access this other source that may be better for them. Understand that there's a harmony that is happening with your entire system in relationships with each other. The heart gives enough blood for the pancreas. It also simultaneously gives blood to the other organs. It's all perfectly balanced. By you not giving someone your attention, you're still giving. You're giving them the opportunity to explore other avenues. So sometimes you may give your direct attention and time. Sometimes you may give the not of your direct attention and time so they can discover something within them. So whenever you feel called to go within and not give as much attention, understand that you're still giving them something.
Okay. Okay. I mean, I feel like that makes sense. It's like sort of just feeling it within myself. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I think that makes sense.
Your feeling is always perfectly balanced with what they need.
Okay. 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 can I ask my other question? It's
Yes.
just related. Okay. So my other question is, how do I know what my true like talents and gifts are? I guess it's like, I feel like there's a lot of things I try and there's a lot of things that I love. But I also feel like I'm pretty good at making myself be really good at anything if I have to. And I've like survived a lot of my life by making myself be good at stuff because I had to. But then, recently I've just been feeling inspired to dive into a lot of different areas, a lot of different practices, a lot of different fields. And sometimes I feel like I don't know if I found exactly like what is my thing. I feel like I have a lot of things, but I don't want to get too dispersed because sometimes it feels like I don't have enough time or energy to dedicate because I'm so scattered.
Dedicate yourself to feeling good. Do not place this feeling on the other side of what you call talents. Because if you're doing something you have to do and you get skilled at doing what you have to do, meanwhile your happiness is falling away, you're not actually good at it. Define good at something as fills you up with joy. The scatteredness of everything, it's seeing these different things to do as trying to get something on the other side of it. I'll be happy when I do this. I'll be happy when I do this. I'll be happy when I do this. Be happy, and you'll be presented with a range of choices to do. But in a sense, none of it matters because you're already happy.
And then how would I know what to choose?
It doesn't matter what you choose because you already have what you want. And if you want a little bit more assurance in what to choose, go with the choice that can only increase your happiness. You get to decide. You may have been presented with options before with, if I do this, I'll be a little bit less happy, but I have to do it. If I do this, I'll be content and it'll be cool to do. If I do this, whoa, that's a little too good to be true. Go with that one. You're at a crossroads right now of these 3 train tracks. You've lived a lot of your life on primarily one, and now you get to choose ultimate joy, average, things are going okay. Dip our frequency, do what we have to do. You're in a proving ground to yourself about what you really want. And that's done by continued choices based in the frequency you choose. You're strengthening your ability to continue to choose the ultimate joy. But we say it's a strengthening process because you may have strengthened the exact opposite before.
Yeah. I did.
So there's a bit of a arm wrestle happening.
Yeah.
You know which one's stronger?
The one that is the most strengthened,
Which one is stronger in this arm wrestle?
whichever one I choose.
Yes.
Okay.
We have somebody else that may have a question. Does the channel need water or anything? Can you take another question?
He says we can do this all day. Thanks for asking.
I got another thing here. The house that we live in is, well, say when I go down to my man cave and I have my alone time, let's just say I'm not alone. I feel I have quite a bit of an audience down there when I do what I do. And they sit there and do it with me, I guess. And it's, I feel that they're there because I have full-on conversations with them. But I'm waiting to fill an answer back. But in the meantime, I just keep talking to them as if they're there. And even upstairs, when we're watching TV, I know that they're there because my cats are very, very sensitive to this. And they're pretty freaked out sometimes, staring at corners and into the dark bedrooms and stuff. But we're comfortable with it at our house. I just want to know that, who are they?
Do you want the direct answer?
Sure.
Some to a lot of them are your ancestors.
Okay. That's what I thought.
One moment. Some of them are you in different lifetimes.
Wow.
One is a being of significance that you're going to meet very soon. A door has just been opened with this dialogue. That's all we're instructed to give you now.
Thank you.
You are welcome.
Can you tell me what Katrina is trying to say every evening when she chatters at us?
What sensations or feelings arises within you when she chatters?
Mostly just excited that she's trying to tell us something. This happens almost every evening.
One moment. Are you happy to be with her?
Yes,
Then why don't you chat back?
I do.
One moment. She's insisting that you don't. There's a little bit of humor in this. She's saying that, one moment. The communication can happen more directly. She's also saying, you can chat and talk all you want, but do you live the message? Do you know what she's referring to?
Not exactly. She mostly chats to Eddie.
One moment. There is communication that is available for you too. There is love that is available to you too. Something came up that said living harmoniously. Living together in harmony. She's very selective with her communication with us. She does not want to lessen or invalidate the communication she has directly with you. We're hearing what you need to know, you will know. Try different methods of communication. One tool that came up was tarot cards. We're hearing we like that you're inquiring through us at this time. However, there is a process for you in understanding her communication more. One moment. What is your relationship with this being?
A cat that we adopted.
Tell us more.
She was being given away, and Eddie went and picked her up on the day that she was to be adopted by us. And she was very frightened at first, and when I connected with her, she was very excited to be in a loving place.
Where is she now?
At our house.
Are you sure?
Yes. Our other cat is outside at the moment.
Oh. Have you ever heard of the Pashchats?
No.
One moment. These are lion people that exist in different densities than yours. There are some cats and other feline animals that have self-selected to be partners with beings that are of different densities. Katrina may be a gateway to other densities. What's coming up is more family.
Like a channel.
We're getting gateway. This is a delicate process for you to understand. Because in this age of transformation, you are not without guidance, and help is always a paw away.
Thank you.
One moment. She's saying, I'm just a cat that loves you. And you can receive my love in a way that fills you up with joy. And when I chat with you, you can start interpreting it as I'm playing with you. Can you enjoy the play? Not assign meaning, and just dance with me.
Yes.
Last thing. Stare into her eyes and see what pops up for you.
All right.
You too, Eddie.
I do it all the time.
He's the one she focuses it towards.
She's very communicative with me.
To bring out the cards.
Sounds like a perfect experience. We're sensing the energy coming to a near close. Are there any final questions?
I'm assuming, Anto, in the collective, that this is your highest joy to communicate with us since you're here.
I'm not here. I am in my hut, operating a machine that allows the channel to feel me, and I am projecting my consciousness in a way that allows the channel to interpret me. It is my highest joy to see you all dance. It is my highest joy to see us all come together. I am a farmer by choice. I farm what you would define as plants that exude energy that characterizes itself as wisdom. This wisdom is a piece of the equation of the grand calculus of energy, and you have full free range to access within yourselves. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a cosmos to raise Earth. It is my highest joy to experience the process to unfold, to be here with you in this way, to see you all dance from children to adults to children again. I'm sending you love. I'm sending you a flower that radiates light. And there is a ember that encapsulates this flower, but it doesn't burn it. This ember is the auric field of this flower. And with multidimensional eyes, you can see the flower and the ember at the same time. You are all this flower. You are all surrounded by this ember. And we would like to remind you that you are more magnificent, more beautiful, more graceful than many of you can comprehend at this time. We are at the start of a race of beings that can stand up, break free of its self-created cages, and hug one another as one. You are the flower, you are the ember, you are the hugger. It is with great respect and a great appreciation that we say we love you, we cherish you, we hold you. And so we say that it's all from us at this time. Have sweet dreams tonight.
Thank you, Anto.